Are you into home brewing, maybe making small batches? Well, today we're going to go over the Mr. Beer 2-gallon fermenter. This is something that we've been using a lot in our small batch series. And I just wanted to update everybody. I did do a unboxing, putting together video, but now that we're about 10 to 12 batches into using this, I wanted to give an update, so let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. So if you're into home brewing and you want to learn more about how to home brew or about recipes or about hops or fermenters like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We come out with a new video every day, either craft beer related or on the home brewing side. So today I wanted to give an update on the Mr. Beer 2-gallon kit. Now, I did do an unboxing of this before. I did buy the 2-gallon kit with, I believe it is, 11 plastic bottles. It's under 30 bucks, pretty cheap, and you can start making beer right away, and it's not going to break the bank. Steve and I do have two of these. I have one, and Steve has one, and so far in this small batch series, we've used them weekly. Mine never really sit around. I make beer in it. It ferments for 2 weeks. I transfer it. I make another beer the next day. So mine has been continuous use. I did pick up another one because I'm crazy and I want to keep on making these small batch beers. And why not make a third one to go along with my other two? So I guess up front, if you go on Amazon, and I will put a link down below, and you look at the actual picture, the spigot is different. On Amazon, it shows almost like a barb connection that is in this. I believe on the side, and I will put a picture of it up because it's way over there, it also shows like a barb connection coming off the spigot. All three of them that we do have are exactly like this. There's no barb, it just comes out. Another thing I wanted to put up right away was this does have gallon markings. And you would think after brew after brew after brew, we would have realized that, and we didn't. This past weekend, I brewed a batch, and I actually saw that on the back of the unit, there's a 1-gallon and a 2-gallon marking. What I've been doing is I took this and I put it on a scale, and then once I was done making a small batch, put it all in here, then I put it back on the scale. And how we do our water is 16 pounds, 10.8 ounces of water is 2 gallons. So divide that in half. Then if you want, divide it by 4, and that'll get you all the numbers you need, because we try and do 1.25 gallons into this carboy. So that is nice. I wish they would add 1.5 gallons to this. We've never made a 2-gallon batch, but you as a home brewer could do that and get probably 10, 25 ounce bottles out of this, which I would think is enough. I would almost rather brew something like this so I can keep making them. That's what I like to do. Once I make it, I want to upgrade it or change it to make it better. And having 7 kegs in the house, I never get to drink it all because I do craft beer reviews all the time. So this is almost perfect. I do 4 of them. 4 25-ounce bottles out of this. I dump the rest, and that'll last probably 4 months because we're doing the reviews. But if you're going 2 weeks and making one, you can get 8 to 10. Steve gets 5, I get 4. So again, 8 to 10 for you if you made 2 gallons of this, and then make another one and keep going, and you should be able to have enough beer for yourself. Now, if you start having parties, that's a different thing. But getting back to this, what do I like about it? I do like how easy it is to clean. It is a big enough opening. I do not use PBW. I use OxyClean Free to clean all my stuff. You do have a large opening in here. And you can get your hand in there and scrape the sides down if you want. Usually OxyClean Free really takes care of everything in there. Then if I have to, I get a paper towel, get it wet, and clean the sides. I also like how they're doing, let's say, the airlock on this. On the top of it, there's 2 small half circles in here for the air vents in this. So you don't have to worry about a 2-piece airlock or a 3-piece. You just go ahead and put the top on, and it takes care of everything. Most of the time in all the ones that we've done, if you want to go back and check out some of our small batch brewing, our yeast has been working overtime, and usually I'm getting around a 7.5% to 8% beer. So it is working. It's letting everything vent. I have not had a bad beer yet. So that's good. Also, this lid. This might not seem like a big deal, but this lid is easy to get on and easy to get off. We will be doing a review of the 1.5 gallon Mr. Carboy, which is glass, and it actually has a bigger opening, and that thing is a pain to get the lid on. It's a bigger lid, threads are farther apart, so it doesn't want to start, and once you tighten that thing down, it is almost impossible to get that lid off. We do dry hopping all the time on every single batch, and this one, you just hold it and twist and it comes right up. The glass version, I actually have to hold it and reef on it to get it to be loose. So that is one thing that I do like about this, but like I said, we will do a video on the glass, then we'll probably do one on each of them. Another thing, I guess if you want to say, is how easy it is to get the beer out. If you don't have a spigot or anything, you're going to have to use a racking cane or something like that to get your beer out of there, to transfer it into the bottles or glass bottles, plastic, whatever you're going to do. This, you just set it somewhere, push it down, and the beer will come out. Now, one downside to that is you could be oxidizing your beer because it's not flowing slowly and it's going all over the place, and that would be also a downside to this, is depending on how fast you want it to flow is the amount of pressure you have to put on this. This is kind of tight, so you do have to put a lot of pressure on here. If anything, I'm sure it wouldn't make it cheaper, but if you could put a valve with something that you twist so you can just open it some and you wouldn't have to keep on putting pressure on this. Also, for a design, because this is plastic, I wish the bottom actually was, instead of being straight, was actually somehow sloped so all the yeast could sit in the back of it. Because one problem you have when you're drawing off this is you're up a little bit if we look at the side. And if you dry hop some of these beers, when it goes to flow that into your bottle, it's picking up that trub, that yeast, everything off the bottom. I wish somehow they could make it where it sits up so all that trub and yeast almost flows back. Because what I do, and what some people have said, is to prop this up when it's fermenting, so that way everything goes back. I do have kids, They do bump stuff, and the last thing I would want is to prop this up and have them walk by the table and knock it off. So if they could do something that angled this so everything flowed backwards, I think that would really help clear up your beer. And again, if you've been following any of our small batch beers, we do look at that to see how much trube's in there. I don't think it would be too hard on something like this, especially if you made it solid and didn't add that volume into this. You could put a small thing. It wouldn't have to be that much to keep that trube back there. But overall, I think it is a good system. I did check out the reviews on Amazon. Some people said that they do leak. Again, like anything you get for fermenting beer, it's always a good idea to fill it up with water and check to see if you have leaks. On this one, it's the spigot with a washer, then a nut on the inside. I wish there was another washer on the inside instead of relying on the outside washer and that nut to compress that. Even though the washer is sloped in so it does go into that hole a little, I wish there was one on both. Also, from my previous unboxing of this one did come with all the stuff I needed. Now, one of the other containers that I did get, Mr. Beers, from the first video, I got 2 washers and not a washer and a nut. So my guess is they do it by weight, and the washer and the nut are about the same. So they throw everything in there. If it weighs pretty much the number they're looking for, they send it out. But Amazon did send me a new one. I sent the old one back. No issues with that. Also, with this kit, you get carbonation tablets, you get the bottles, you get the bottle caps. And they've all worked perfect. I did have one where we were trying to reuse one of the caps after the seal has been broke on the cap. I didn't tighten it down all the way, and there wasn't a lot of CO2 in there. So it's up to you if you want to buy new caps. We thought we would just keep on using them unless something went wrong. But overall, I think it's been about 3 months. I would say 3 months since we've started this small batch brewing series, and at least I like them. We will do a review with Steve and see what he thinks. Easy to clean, easy to dry, easy to put away, small footprint. I don't know what more you could ask, except for I wish it was tilted back some so all that trube came down, because I'm sure as a new home brewer getting into this, if they're getting a kit like this, they are going to get a lot of stuff in their beers for their first time using it, as all that stuff settling down, especially if you dry hop. Now, we only dry hop with 0.33 ounces of whatever hop we're using, but I could see dry hopping with an ounce, ounce and a half, or doing a double dry hop. So going 2-3 ounces in this, and you're really going to get all that trube in that beer. And I think that could turn a lot of people off that are new to home brewing. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to pick one of these up or pick more. I wish I had 4 or 5 of them, really, because I would load them all up and see what we could come up with. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.